Almost. Okay. So on today's agenda, we're going to go over a little bit of 1 Million Cups history. Then we'll get into our 6-minute presentation with Miss Cassidy. And then we will have a 20-minute Q&A, go over a couple of events and wrap up and be done for today. So what is 1 Million Cups? 1 Million Cups is a volunteer-led nationwide program. It was designed to educate, engage, and connect entrepreneurs. It's about building authentic connections, not networking. It's about storytelling and presentation practice, not business pitches. It was created by the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas, Missouri in 2012. And this is from their national site. So they say they work with communities in entrepreneurship and education to increase opportunities that allow all people to learn, take risks, and to own their success. They connect, share resources, and support one another. It's about taking risk, owning success, and being uncommon. And this is actually one of their slogans. So 1 Million Cups is this idea that together we could come together, solve a problem over a simple cup of coffee. And the slogan is building communities 1 cup at a time. And there are over 111 communities nationwide. So it's pretty cool to know that just like us, they're also meeting at 9 a.m. in different parts of this country. And presenting today, like I said, we have Miss Cassidy. She's going to tell us a little bit about Little Graze. And I'll pull up the presentation.
If I stand, will the camera see me? Or should I sit?
How's it been? Last time I worked for
Danielle. Okay. Then I don't mind standing.
But if you want me to, yeah. If you want me to check, or can you see her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Her head's up. Her head has a little bit of clearance. Nope.
My head has a little bit of
We're good.
clearance.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Like that?
You're so
No, he said when you step back at less.
Okay,
Good.
right
No,
there.
you're fine now. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Thank you.
Do you want me to click the slides for you?
I don't mind doing it. I'll
Okay.
just walk over and just press them as I
Yeah, I
go.
like that one.
Maybe
But it
just
appeals to our
like
interests,
this,
like these things.
Yeah.
Or maybe I think you might be able to do this one thing. Wait, where'd it go?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to see George do that. Okay.
Move it out the way.
All right. Well, good morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Cassidy Corboline. Not only do I work here at Chico Start, but I've also started another business here in Chico called Fresh Haven. And a couple weeks ago, right before I fell asleep, this idea popped into my head.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's all about charcuterie boards that are more like inclusive and interactive and a mobile cart. So let's learn a little bit more. So my story, I found out I had celiac disease when I was 11 years old. So I lived with that for quite a long time. So I've experienced a lot of non-inclusive food at events. Usually like dietary needs are an afterthought or an upcharge for that service. And so I saw a big gap in the market for charcuterie boards. So that's kind of how I came upon this idea and realized that there could be more dietary preferences when it comes to charcuterie boards. So the problem, traditional boards usually are just trays that get delivered to you or in a buffet style. And like I said, usually with no dietary inclusion thought about. It's an afterthought, they're upcharges. There's only 1% of Americans who have celiac disease. But I found it interesting that 20 to 30% of Americans are actively reducing their gluten intake. So that's really interesting. And I also found that 1 in 10 adults nationwide have some type of food allergy that they experience, whether that's gluten, dairy, nuts, no pork, anything of that nature. Yeah, any kind of allergies. So I thought that was really fascinating as well. But I also saw another gap in the market where you could have like an interactive experience with your food. And I saw that 50% of couples want more experiences at their weddings. That also is on a rise for other type of events like graduations, private events, corporate events. So that's kind of the second kind of problem I'm addressing. So the solution Little Graze. This is an AI generated photo, so it's not perfect, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it may look like. So it's inclusive by design, so the menu is already curated to have dietary options built into it and not an add-on. The interactive food experience, so it's a mobile cart that would actually come to your event and you could come up, create your own board, whether you want a traditional style, you could still fly with that, or if you have a dietary need, you build your little board and you walk away and it's kind of fun. You can take photos, have fun with your friends, make those moments. And like I said, it can be for any kind of events, private, corporate, graduations, parties, weddings, holidays, you name it. These are more AI generated photos, kind of give you more of an idea what it could look like. Again, they're not perfect, but it kind of gives you an idea. Here's another one. This one could be like a birthday party. It kind of reminded me like a salad bar, but like charcuterie style. I guess that's a good way to understand. And then since I'm still in the idea stage, I was like, maybe a business model and a pricing model aren't there just yet. So I started like, well, let's look at the market size. So the total addressable market just for the catering market in the United States is currently $55 billion, but by 2030, it'll be 71 billion. The serviceable addressable market for food interactive experience in the United States is currently 5 billion, and by the end of this year, it will be at $7 billion. So it's rapidly growing.
Yeah, it's tracking it at like 10%.
Yeah, it's rapidly growing. Yeah, it's really interesting. And then I also saw that just for Chico, on averagely per year, 500 to 1,000 events happen here. So that's kind of how I broke it down since I'm still kind of trying to learn. And with that learning process, I thought like a soft launch would be more appropriate while I'm trying to like, well, what's the cost of a car and the food, the setup, what people like, getting feedback. So I thought having a soft launch where I could do it with family and friends, host those events, receive that feedback and kind of reevaluate what's going on and refine the menus and stuff, and then go from there. And then I can be like, oh, these are the business models I would have, or the packages. And then from those soft launches, then actually get to do bigger events. So yeah, and this is another mock-up, another AI photo that I generated. And then my community asks is just feedback for now, and then connections. Like, so anyone who's in the event space or does something like this already. Like one thing I told Natalie, like Shutter Gold kind of also gave me this idea. So I was like, oh, like that's always such a fun thing to have like a photo booth at events. Why isn't there something else like that at events? Because people do like that experience. And then it's a great like social thing too, that you can interact with people on social media with it too.
Right.
So yeah, that's my community ask, and that is Little Graze. So if you want to connect more, add me on LinkedIn and we can chat more.
Yeah. Okay. So now we can move on to Q&A.
Do I make early in the morning?
Right.
If you had your cart, you could manipulate it into different themes like French, Italian.
Oh, that would be fun.
And
Customizable cart.
Twist on it.
That would be fun.
Where you could quickly like edit it.
That would be cool.
Greek, like that'd be fun.
That would
Like
be
you could do a
fun.
hummus, like because that's
Oh yeah.
Add different
yeah.
pieces to
I like
it.
that.
I would suggest throwing a little basket of edible flowers in there because they're so Instagrammable.
Ooh, that's cute.
Mm.
And you
Very
can
nice.
pick them also all over.
Right.
Wild.
Edible flowers.
And Kent has a question or comment.
Okay.
Okay, Kat.
Go ahead.
Howdy. I like the labeling of the the gluten and the maybe kosher halal or whatever you're going to do. That's nice having that, really emphasize that.
Thank you.
In some of the slides there, you had that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kat.
I'm gonna go back to your picture.
I
just
think
so
it's a
we can see
brilliant
it.
idea. But then again, that's how my brain works. So you guys
Right.
have probably heard me talk about, oh, Greg and my husband and I food prep. We food prep in like meat categories and starch categories and put it up so that you can quote unquote this is what I say to him all the time. Oh, you want that? Fine, build your own adventure.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, oh, I want the caramelized onions and the chicken and the pasta. And I'll be like, the last thing I want is pasta. So I want, I'll be, I'll take the chicken and something else and make a salad. And I'll have a chicken salad, but he has chicken pasta, right? But we have all this stuff already segmented, right? So and we literally say that all the time. Oh, okay, well, just build your own adventure.
Right.
Or I'll say, tell me what you want and I'll build your adventure for you. We're just be joking around. But
Yeah.
when you were talking about people building their own, I'm like, oh my God.
It's their own adventure.
Right,
smart.
so smart. Besides gluten-free, what are the other kind of things, and halal?
Yeah.
What are
Dairy-free.
dairy-free?
Nut-free too.
Vegan.
Nut-free is gonna be important.
Yeah.
A vegan.
And I'm
Yeah.
vegetarian, so I look at that and I think, can you imagine if that was all cheese?
Yeah.
It was all just cheese.
Exactly. That's how I would
Cheese from
look at a
other
board.
countries. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, because I choose not to eat pork, so when I would approach like a charcuterie board, I'd be like, okay, cool, I just get to eat fruit. Like I can't eat like it's like 80% I can't eat,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah, that's also
sometimes
kind
it's
of why I thought, like,
contaminated.
If you were to go to like your dream,
My own.
board,
If
how
I
would
have
your
my
own
own restrictions.
I still love cheese, and I
Right.
don't mind if it's dairy or non-dairy. So I would definitely have cheese. I love a good gluten-free cracker, like a nice little crisp. Maybe like a little bowl of like fruit. And then it would be nice to have like maybe like a spread or a jam that I could put on like a gluten-free toast or something.
Do you
But
eat any smoked fishes or?
I do love smoked salmon.
Okay.
Smoked salmon is
Yeah,
very
his
good.
fishwife makes such, I don't know if you know that brand, but that brand is it's great right now, and it's super hot right now.
Right.
And I buy
more and more.
I have eaten every one of their products, smoked mackerel, trout, all the things, and it's so good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could be an option for people who don't eat meat.
Right.
Or
That's those kind
pescatarian
of
or-
thinking. Yeah.
I also like that you said the experience part of it. Because it's true, like usually it's just there. And like I even feel like sometimes it's not sanitary because
Right.
people are just like grabbing. And then sometimes things are contaminated. Like the
Yep.
pork touched the fruit. Like Isha, we would always have that struggle when she would come visit because my
Yeah.
best friend, she's Muslim,
Yeah.
so she doesn't eat pork.
Yeah.
So if it's on the plate, she's like, I can't eat any
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, that would be more inclusive. I was also
I do some like a
Yeah, like when I
something
cook,
I'm thinking skewer, but
when I
Right.
cook for the students, I always do the vegetable first and then
Right.
the chicken.
Right.
And I don't do the sausages or the beef or anything else before that. I always do that absolutely last.
Right.
Because I know
or
many-
potatoes.
Yeah,
or something.
contaminated.
Some sort of,
potato croquettes.
like, well, yeah, I mean, you're getting the appetizer kind of stuff, like from fresh and things like that, but.
Right.
Anyway, tell us more about the interactive part.
So I wish I could kind of like draw it out, but I almost kind of like how this one is more like how it's sectioned out. Like that's kind of how I see it in my head, where it's more in the cube, kind of like yogurt style or salad bar. And then your boards would be on either side, and you'd grab a board that you would want and be able to just go down and make your own board and then be able to go away. And then I had the cart tender in most of them, but I also thought like you could just have the cart there depending on what you want, or if you have a larger event, you may want a cart tender to be there to interact with your guests and make sure
And
they're
answer
having a good
questions.
experience and
Right.
everything like
That's
that.
kind of customer service experience. Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure. So that's kind of how I see it. And then it gives them a chance to kind of like be able to talk about it and things like that. And then they can also take photos. I've also seen that that's the added piece with having experiences at events, that people want to post it on social media. So it's a great social.
So where's
It is.
your blackboard that has your, hashtag?
Well,
Like,
you know where my marketing brain actually went
What?
was to put a QR code on the boards if they're your board. So then when people are eating it, there's a QR code under the food. They could actually
Yes.
scan it there. It could take to the link tree, and then they could either book you or go to your social medias and see other stuff that you've done.
It's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you get a lot of people because also at
Right.
parties you have more time. You're just sitting there. Sometimes you're like, oh, what's that?
Right.
And then yeah,
One of the things I wrote down while you were talking was at the end when you're asked, I just wrote, well, maybe I should book Cassidy for my Mayport barbecue.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I think kids would love it too.
They would.
I
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
the students and old students who come back and that kind of stuff. They'll
Yeah.
absolutely love it. And then
Your alumni. I'm an alumni.
Alumni.
Yeah.
I gotta quit calling them kids.
Yeah.
Alumni
Alumni.
party.
It's alumni party.
You go for alumni. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I see it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm still refining it as I go.
Of course,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I could see where when you have something like this, that someone like your friend Isha might be like,
Mhm.
hey, can you maybe have a better separation
Mhm.
Yeah.
between
The meat and-
protein choices and
Right.
right.
Depends how custom you're gonna get.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
because I also
hard.
thought
It is.
about like
And, like,
AJ
maybe it
asked
has
me
a
a
little
good
bit more
question when I was
of a
practicing.
Space.
And he was like, "Well, what are you gonna do for
Dividers.
people who may
Boards.
still want
Dividers,
this traditional
right.
stuff?"
Right.
He was like, "Do you make them pay for the add-ons because that's not how your core menu's built?" And I'm like, "That's a good question.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Probably because I still would want to be able to cater to them,
Right.
but
Right.
that's not the core thing. So I guess you would upcharge them in that way.
So
if they
the
want
asking, would
traditional
you
meat.
also do like just a non-gluten free?
That was his question.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, when I was going through this last night with AJ, he was like, "So what if someone wants traditional, traditional
Well,
pork?"
Right. You want to be able to do both.
All
Right.
of them, yeah.
Right.
And then he was like, "Would
Because
you
you're trying
make
to
that
be
an
all
add-on?"
inclusive.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Is your point?
Okay,
Mhm.
other people in town that do this. I think Heirloom Kitchen is a company. Have you
Yeah.
guys looked at her?
do they have a mobile cart?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know anybody that has a mobile car.
Yeah. I
Yeah, that
haven't
was the
seen
gap
that
I saw in
either.
Chico.
Yeah.
Like companies do it, but it's just
Drop
like the
off.
tray. And then it's usually an add-on, or they're like, "Oh, yes, we could do gluten-free," but you usually have to tell
Right,
them,
right,
right?
Right, like we've been doing. But
Mhm.
Right.
you know, you should ask Coco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Get her feelings on this.
yeah,
Yeah. That would be cool.
yeah. And I don't remember the gal's name at Heirloom Kitchen. I want to say it's Mary, but
I think it is.
yeah.
So would this be like during that, like for,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Keep going, Chris.
It seems like this would be because the charcuterie boards a lot of times. During reception, sometimes it's the main thing, like things that we're
Right.
doing.
Right.
But for this, it would be like the cocktail hour
Yeah.
more than, you know.
Well, it
Do you
depends.
charge by
Like,
the hour? Do you charge like for the 2 hour for the and then if they want to keep it there for another 2 hours, then you charge for, because you have to charge for your staff and.
Yeah,
You know.
I think because I don't know all the costs of like the food and the card and all the things yet, I don't know how to structure the pricing yet. Because I almost went down that lane and then I was like, okay, I'm thinking too much into this. I'm not there yet. So I think I have to, well, how much is it going to cost me if it's a gluten-free or dairy-free or,
Right.
right? Those are all going to be different. And then if I'm tending the cart, that probably would be an additional price. Or if I'm not, if it's just there.
Or where do you get your, like, would you get your crackers?
Source
It's even like
Yeah.
the gluten-free crackers, the little rice ones, you know,
Mhm.
like there wasn't that much. That box is like, you're like, oh, there's not much in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's more
for
expensive.
some reason,
Milton's
those
good,
crackers,
though.
the
Those
ones
are
at
my
Trader Joe's
favorite.
are good.
What
but
ones?
Yeah,
The
Trader
Miltons?
Joe's.
Yeah.
Those
yeah,
are the best.
yeah.
They're
I
really
think that's what it
good.
was.
Did you know Patagonia makes gluten-free crackers? Patagonia.
Really?
That's random.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, the
I found it.
clothing company?
That's
Yes.
so random.
They actually have a food lab in the San Francisco Sausalito area. And it has had
That is weird.
And they
My
normally
notes.
were focused on food for hiking and things like that, but
Right.
then they started branching out. Yeah, anyway, I found a box when I was in Utah and bought
That's
it
funny.
and brought it home, and then Nicole stole them from me, but
Mhm.
so I didn't really
It
take
was still in
yeah.
Bend.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
probably selling them in Bend. But there's actually more and more gluten-free crackers, and so that'd be a great.
Yeah.
That's
Like a
something you probably need
variety.
to start buying a whole bunch of different kinds and figuring out which are gonna be
Yeah,
the ones
the
that you're
ones
gonna
for,
actually
like,
be able to use as a
research.
dip
Yeah.
versus what can you use to have with sure.
The science.
That's true.
Start surveying your customer and you know,
Yeah.
asking them what's your favorite.
Right. What choice did you like the most
Right.
over another? Yeah.
Something too that popped in my head was like churches. Because like
Churches.
for us, at least like Lent, we
Mhm.
can't eat meat
Well-
during Lent. And it's also more of a, like you said, an experience and they want to push community. So I
Right.
feel like that would be a cool thing to have.
Mhm.
And like for Isha too, like when they have their events.
For Eid.
Yeah, and then
Eid and Lent coming up.
exactly. And then they also have more restrictions. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Mhm.
that could be a way.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you thought about hanging out with somebody who does that kind of work for a living?
That's what I was kind of like thinking with the ask. Like, do you know someone who I could kind of like pick their brain about like their experience
And
being in
maybe-
that
And
market
go and actually work a couple of events.
with them and see how it
That's
is.
why I think Coco is such a good Coco at Butte Creek
Creek.
Barbecue, in case you don't know it.
Well,
So
no, then-
we're talking amongst ourselves as
Okay.
a sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
She's not going by, they're not going by that essentially,
They're
like
not-
even their.
Not going by Almondra or
No, by Almondra.
they are, oh,
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking for the ask, and then it can help me better understand, but also be like, is this really something I want to do too? Like it's kind of a twofold experience,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Be good.
Marcy Lord is somebody else in town, I wanna say. She's really known for her desserts, but she caters a lot of things. And she'll drop it off and pick, and do pick, I think she'll pick up too, but.
The lady do the boards up on Curtis.
Yep, we had and
You don't ask me, you know.
yeah, invoices.
Depends on the day.
You know, I just think that that's where you're gonna really get a feel for things.
Yeah.
And then also maybe hang out with people who've got the mobile bar cards,
Right.
right? So I know the people who have the newest one in town,
Okay.
which is called Marlowe, is the name of their that's what they decided to call their little trailer. Is Marlowe. And that's Justin Rios and Andrew Kinley. And they always work the bonfire storytelling.
Oh.
And so they've always got their cart parked there,
Huh.
but they'd be happy to tell you about their journey,
Okay.
that kind of stuff. And then that's always at Chico Women's Club. And so they book different people, like one time they had the gal that does empanadas. out there.
Yeah.
So during intermission, people can go buy snacks. And
Yeah.
Adriana's Bakery, are
Okay.
you familiar with her bakery?
Uh-uh.
She does regular baked items and also some CBD, so baked items. But she doesn't sell those at the Chico Women's Club.
Be a good storytelling.
We go over to Westport, you should talk to the gals in it.
That's a good
That's what they
idea.
use, right?
Westport.
Yeah.
Venues, that's like
Just start with the people who have
Shutter
relationships already.
Right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
and
appreciate that.
just like offer to help for free,
Mm-hmm.
offer to work an event, offer to, and
Shadow them.
See how they like it.
see the behind the scenes, like what did it take to actually put everything together, not just show up when the event, right? I think,
Testing your how much food and numbers of people and all that.
Yeah.
and the last
Very
year has
logistical.
been,
Wasteful.
the last year has been very hard on any kind of grocery items because everything's
More expensive.
more expensive. And so, it might be interesting to start tracking what those costs are now, right?
People love around here, so you keep using, I'm not repeating anything like new, but if you were to add in that you're using local Butte County products,
Yeah.
olive oils,
Right.
Rice
even,
cakes.
yeah,
Lundberg,
Lundberg,
Mason
like
James,
everything
right.
is from the local
Britannia.
area. That would
Right.
be really attractive for people and be like, oh, that's so cool.
It's
because
local.
That's what you say, right? You're like,
Right.
"Oh, wow, I use all of the things in Chico. That's so
Right.
awesome." Or
And people are willing to pay
Chico,
more for local.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
If you just ran to Costco and got all the things,
right. I know
They're-
you could do that.
yeah, anybody can do that.
I
Yeah.
we have to, but like Sierra
Yeah.
Nevada Cheese Company, like you're using, and
They just
you could say
expanded.
where it's from, which is sort of cool. And they're like, oh, nice, which
Right.
helps those smaller businesses.
Yeah.
Recognizable
Go buy
to
those
them
olive
too.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And actually, Sierra
All
Nevada
good ideas.
expanded in Willows.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's good news considering everything else going on.
Yeah.
Miss Jane,
Yeah. Those are all good ideas.
yeah.
those
Although
are
you
good
really have
ideas.
to figure in that.
For
it'll be
social
more
media, you
expensive.
wanna hashtag all them too and give them a
Right.
shout out.
Ask them.
Collaborate with
And
them.
that'll
and
help
stuff.
you grow
But again, if the
too.
pricing is
Right.
gonna be a little bit more probably than getting, right,
Yeah.
bulk items.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you have your eye on something that's a cart already?
I don't. That was gonna be my next step, kind of like looking at like what other companies out there exist. Like I was gonna kind of take a deep dive this weekend. Like I know they don't exist in Chico, but in like the Bay Area or in a bigger city, they probably have mobile carts that are doing this in some capacity. That I could get an idea.
Other cities that have something.
Right.
What's the spun organic?
I thought it just thought
Yeah,
that too,
spun
like where'd she
organic
do
cart cart.
hers?
How did she?
I don't know.
Yeah, you might want to look into that. The spun organic cotton
Cotton
candy.
candy.
Yeah, and she does all sorts of themes, right? Birthday parties, Easters, parties in the park, that kind of stuff. She's very
there for my 49th birthday.
Oh,
That's
So
awesome.
sweet, along with the balloon man.
No,
That's
very nice. Very nice.
That's awesome.
That's cool. That is cool. And then maybe, I don't know, just troll Facebook Marketplace and see who's,
Selling stuff.
yeah,
That's a
meaning,
good idea.
That's a good idea.
one of the things I found last year for Izzy and Mia that was doing the SAT polls
Right.
was I found, and I wasn't looking for it per se, it just came across my eyeballs. It was a horse trailer that had been converted and had everything in it, mini fridge, all the things. It was cute, it was pink and white, it
Oh,
was like
really?
this
Oh my
pink
God, that's so
with white,
That is
and it was
cute.
only like $1,200.
Oh, wow.
And I sent it to the girls and I'm like, I don't know if you have the money for this, but if you did, I would suggest you get it.
That
And
is really
everything worked.
cute.
And I think it was in
Wow.
Yuba City or something.
Wow.
So it wasn't that far.
So they did end up buying?
No, they
Oh,
did that
okay.
because they wanted their parents' approval because they were still freshmen at the time.
I
Okay.
And they are both from like Palo Alto area, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would have to stay at mom and dad's, right?
Yeah.
So,
Just then we can figure out how you're gonna get it around.
Okay,
Good
and
point.
Kent has.
So,
a
like,
and where are you gonna
I
store
got
it?
that.
Where are you gonna store it?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah.
All the things
So-
I don't know yet.
yeah. And then Kent has a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kent.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah,
comment.
speaking of like horse carts and things like that, I think govdeals.com or GSA auctions, you might get a deal on something like that.
GSA
Old
auctions.
trailers, yeah.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
On GSA
Have
yesterday.
you claimed a domain name yet?
No. Just in the idea stage, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things you started to talk about was business model, right?
Like I don't have one yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And you know, of course, weddings. I think you had a wedding show. showing
Yeah,
that
one of the
for-
slides.
actually, I think Kent, what you just said was not just weddings, but wedding shows, right?
Yeah.
No, I just was saying weddings, and I see one up like in the upper right corner. Looks like a wedding.
Yeah, I thought he said that too. But anyway, so we're just gonna say he said that too.
You
And his
can
wedding,
cut it, yeah.
wedding shows.
Yeah, I'll take
Nice.
credit for that. Yeah.
His wedding shows is another place. Like my daughter's Nicole's friend Jenna just got engaged, and they already started going to wedding shows and things like that.
Like the bridal show that was just here. Like
Yeah,
that.
and they went to one up in I don't know Auburn or Nevada City or something like that.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of either restaurants or caterers, things like that go.
That's a good
And,
idea.
yeah, and she was really surprised at how many people were doing samples and all the things.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they had one in January. But maybe
Yeah,
you
they
just
just
wanna
had
go
one.
and just walk around.
But
check it
yeah,
out.
go
Yeah,
first, don't,
I think
yeah,
so too,
and just
yeah.
figure out how it works and
Mm-hmm.
then ask people, how much business do you normally get from these things?
Mm-hmm.
You might be at a, 10-hour event like that, that's a trade show, or it might be a 2-day event.
Right.
And maybe they get 10 that,
Mhm.
I'm not saying they do, but you get 40 people interested, you
Mm-hmm.
have 20 people of that 40 actually engage, and maybe you book 10,
Right.
right? So you might have met 450 people in 2 days, but
What's
And then
the
they
what's
want
the ROI?
Yeah, that's a good one to talk to Julia about.
Yeah. From above Shutter Gold.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cause I mix things,
and then maybe
Some say
you're-
it's not worth it.
Yeah. and then maybe it's things like leveraging relationships like that to go in and help pay for half a booth or something.
Mm. Like a section. Okay.
Yeah,
All good ideas.
because trade shows could be
Expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Nate was telling us all about the one he just went to, but then I asked him the question, like, what was the ROI? And so they spent 200,000
1,000 for their
and they
booth.
got 350,000 back though.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Got
I mean-
a lot of clients.
Very different industry, but
Yeah.
a huge event that
Right.
he went to. So I was just curious.
Cool. What are the things that make you most nervous about this?
Make me the most nervous.
About this idea?
Um, I don't know yet.
You don't know
I don't
enough
think
to be
I'm
nervous.
Yeah, I don't know enough to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so yet. Like it's so fresh. Like I literally just came up with that a couple weeks ago, right before I went to bed, literally.
Yeah.
So
I was in the morning in the kitchen and I thought of the shark thing.
yeah, see,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what happens to Shark here.
Yeah. Why am I thinking about sharks right now?
I mean,
What is happening?
that is funny.
Exactly.
Drink that I can recall.
Well, these signs too are things you can also start
Looking for.
looking for ahead of time.
Like wood and
Yeah,
stuff,
well,
they do it.
I can connect you with Logan. He makes signs.
Okay.
And
And
he's
just see
got-
what the
you
costs
You can finally
are.
do a cart, for goodness sake.
Yep. He just got through doing a whole bunch of stuff for his sister who owns like, I don't know, a hip camp and some other things up in Washington. Yeah, and then one of his sisters owns a floral thing that he's making all sorts of signs for. So Logan's Lover Designs. Right.
All
I
right.
like that you asked the question that like what makes her nervous because I was thinking like do you at least kind of know like what do you think would be easy versus like what's the harder parts? Like I
Mhm.
think like the business side you'll be good at and I'm like
Make-
learning all the food
That's good.
is like a new thing. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
you've done that before, but like you know.
I honestly, I really don't know yet.
You have to try
Yeah,
it
go
out.
back to the build your own adventure thing, right? Like the that one. That's not hard.
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't have to worry about how pretty it is.
Right.
Yeah,
right?
you just
Right,
put it in
because
sections.
It's like meet in place. You know what that means? It's
Mhm.
French for like what people do when they prep for the restaurant that day.
I
They have
see.
all the things that's kind of like a mise en place, right?
Okay.
All right, so and then they have everything they need to do whatever it is.
Something from a system.
The saucier has their own mise en place. The fry guy has his own mise en place. The plate person who does the plating has their own mise en place.
Okay.
So this is not as if you were to do only these kind of things, this part's not as hard. I'm not saying it isn't hard, it's just
Right.
not as hard because you don't have to make it look pretty.
Right.
That's their job,
right.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Right, because they're making their own board.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And that's kind of more the style I liked, and like AI started to get really lazy with the photos. Like
Were
after
you
a while,
using Gemini or what were you using?
I was using chat because I had already built all the memory up
Oh.
for this idea in it, so it was easier to get it to work.
Right,
But then I told AJ, I was like, it's getting lazy.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
does
I think
get
we should
lazy.
stop now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does get lazy.
It does.
Yeah.
I normally go, well, I shouldn't say I normally, my most recent cohort turned me on to using Gemini, and evidently we have Gemini Pro. Didn't know we had it.
Oh yeah, she was saying.
Okay, well,
I switch back and forth
Well,
because I'll do it to both areas.
I'm talking about Chico
Oh,
Start.
yeah, see which
Yeah,
one.
Chico Start had Gemini Pro
Oh,
until I
yeah.
was playing with you the other day. And it is a lot faster with,
Interesting. Interesting.
although it got a little lazy with them the other
People
night.
said that though,
Right.
because the Google Images, there's that connection.
Yeah, but or Midjourney, I think it also has some sort of.
I mean, maybe a fear would be like someone knocking it over, like maybe a
Mhm.
safety hazard, you know,
Someone
like a
messing it up.
child knocking it over or something like that would be
Messing
kind
it
of
up.
that would give me
Chalk.
kind of a fear.
You would need real chalks if you know what those are.
It's like right under that.
They're,
Go
they're
up against it.
triangular shaped
Yeah.
things, right? If it was windy, you'd have to make sure this was all stapled,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And but also retractable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun looking for that.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But it was interesting that
Or out
that
there.
Huh?
You
Must be
know-
some sort of kit out there. Like,
Well, it almost looks like the metal ones, but they put wood on top of it.
Uh-huh.
Because I always think like how my dad would print
Right.
things, and like that's kind of what it is.
like a
Like
house where you put
Yeah,
slate
'cause
rock
it-
over it, or
exactly, because it has to have a cooling thing under
Right, that's
that.
what I was thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
because of where this lip is, this is probably all metal lines.
Yeah,
about the 120.
and then they just
yeah,
make
needs
it
to
pretty.
be-
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. For food
Pizza
safety.
maker.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part will be probably finding suppliers. Because if it's already hard for us just to find like gluten-free, like here and there that tastes good, I think that'll be just like figuring out
I think it's just
what's good and
like the research part and then also like personal experience too. Like I know certain cheeses already, like Daya makes really, really good non-dairy stuff.
Yeah, you
So I
said
think
that.
like it'll be a mix of like knowing what I
What-
like and then trying new things out there in those different
And maybe as part of
Right,
your
yeah.
surveys and data
Have other
gathering.
people try
and have
it.
them try them.
That's-
Yeah.
for actual
That's a good idea.
non-dairy things
Survey.
versus- Right, so
Right.
you can get that feedback from others. that
That's
are
a good
thriving
idea.
in those.
That space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
And then
This is
it's
gonna be fun.
what's also funny if people haven't tried it, like my boyfriend, he's dairy free, and we got like this dairy free pizza, and he had never really tasted cheese, but that was dairy free, and I thought it was disgusting. But to him, he's like, "This is the best thing ever," because he's never had cheese. So like in his eyes, he had nothing to compare it to.
Right.
Yeah, he wouldn't know. So that's also
You're just like, okay, awesome, babe.
I'm like, I'm not ordering this again. Yeah. Yeah.
When he was a baby, they just diagnosed him right away. That he was
No, he didn't find out till he was like 10 or 12 because he had like air bubbles forming and like he just had really bad cramps. They took him to the hospital and they found out like, yeah, you shouldn't be having dairy.
Yeah, one of my brother-in-laws they diagnosed him early.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Well, that's good, better
Yeah.
than
yeah, but he loves milk, and so he just puts himself in
hurts
misery all the
himself.
time.
Oh no.
lactate after. That's what my friend Nicole does.
Yeah.
I'll take all lactate, and
Oh
she
my
really
gosh.
wants something like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say your next steps are to like attend as many things as possible that have this kind of stuff and take pictures, watch people's behavior. Because there's one thing to say, well, this is the brand I like, right? Or this is the thing I like, but there's another altogether to see people in action, right? And then survey wise, people respond in one way, but actually watching their behaviors isn't. We were just talking about that last night in class, actually.
If there's another business model like this anywhere in the United States or anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I only looked in Chico.
I would look beyond and just
Look at major
Steal from
metros
there,
where
use it.
things are.
save you a lot of time.
I would just go to Instagram and search, like, you know.
For Goodread cart.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Instagram discovery page.
Something too that I thought of was maybe having like this and then on the side having some that are prepped if people just want like to grab and go.
Grab and go.
Because like you were saying, like we won't know how they react to it. Maybe some people are like, oh, I don't want to do it myself. I just grab. Yeah.
And here's another thing, like if somebody's a germaphobe, they might be like, oh, this is all exposed. You know,
So-
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a germaphobe, but like sometimes I'll watch people and I'll see I'll watch their face. I'll be like, pick a thing with their little tiny face. But again, you know, you don't know till you go observe people's behavior.
Yeah.
Everyone's ruined probably.
Ruined?
At church, they don't shake hands anymore. It's,
Oh yeah, we were just talking about
we were
that the
talking
other
about
day.
that. It's little. Yeah. Yeah.
All good feedback. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Anything else, Ken Hastings?
Anything else, Kent Hastings?
Sounds good. I did have something in mind, but it kind of
Okay.
slipped my mind. So,
Oh.
Okay, well,
as far for the germaphobe, yeah, you know the covers like you have on
Covered.
some things that you lift it up, type of thing.
yeah, and that could be useful,
True.
especially if you're outdoors because of fruit flies and
Insects.
Yeah.
insects and
Right.
Very true.
uh,
Especially during the summer too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good cooling.
yeah, so each thing having it could be a pain in the ass, honestly. But it'd probably be a good idea. The
Mhm.
cooling, like, I think the cooling tray is underneath.
Yeah, I think.
And
that's-
if not,
Mhm.
that's where it should be.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
it should be.
In my mind, that's where it is. Right?
Typically, they are.
Right.
And you know, okay, so let's just say you already have the business, okay? Let's just say you're already doing the thing. Then you have to have, when you think about risk mitigation, not only the cover's a good idea, but then you gotta think about, well, what if happened? Is this cooling element something I have to plug in? Or is it something, and if it
Nice.
is, just hypothetically, let's just say if it is, and something I have to plug in, do I need my own power generation depending on what? And or what if something goes wrong, what is my backup?
Right.
Is it a cooler full of dry, or is it a cooler full of dry ice or a cooler full of ice packs?
Right.
Like, so that's something else that you probably need to think about.
Cost. Okay.
The awning could be a solar panel, and then you have about like lithium batteries inside.
Oh. Use a Jackery. A solar. It's
Generate.
solar. thing. That's what you plug the solar charge.
Mhm.
And the Jackery runs
Yeah,
off the
those cute
solar.
little solar
It
lights
is.
too would be cute. You could wrap them up and then when it gets dark, they would pop on.
Turn on by themselves.
Yeah.
That is
Solar,
cute.
you can charge your phone.
Oh,
Yeah, it was interesting how chat created it aesthetically without me having to prompt it, and I was like, it knows.
Yeah.
It was like really weird. Like I didn't have to tell it to make it look pretty.
Right.
right.
It just did it.
I like how you said these were AI generated too.
Yeah.
You said that out loud.
Yeah. Feminist.
There's a lot of them too. Like I think is the next one. If you zoom in, it's not real words.
Right. And then signage
Right.
wise,
That's what the guy should
you
think.
could start requiring, like if you see businesses that are going out of business or stuff like that, that might have, because a lot lately, right? Especially in the food business, you can see what kind of things they might have, but that they're selling on Facebook Marketplace or things like that. You
Right.
start picking up things and starting to store them, and that'll lower your initial startup costs.
Right. That's a good idea too.
It is. Okay.
Thank you everyone for
Yeah,
having me
we'll
back.
give Cassidy another round of applause. Thank you.
Slides were great.
They
Thank
were
you.
so pretty.
Thank you.
This isn't your first word, but
Not your first one.
yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Hello.
It was good that I practiced. I was telling Natalie when I was practicing with AJ last night, my boyfriend. I was telling her he knows that we usually pitch, right? So he was a little hard on me at first, and I was like, "Oh, like this is really low key." I was like, "This isn't like our normal."
But
Like,
I'm glad that I trained you well.
yeah, that's what I was like, "Oh, he's trained." Because he was like,
Trained.
"No," like he was into it, and I was like, "Oh my."
He is funny. He studied business too, so he's
Yeah.
like, pitch, sell me
Right.
on it.
He's like, "Sell me the slide." I was like, "Okay."
That's funny.
Right, my husband would have been like, great, when you're coming over. Well, bring all the things. Yeah, bring it.
So, like,
You're
I think
hired.
I see a different shade of blue, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, true. Yes. Okay, so we'll just go over a few of the announcements and then we'll wrap up. So first we want to say thank you from our Chico organizers. So we have our chapter lead, Ms. Eva Shepherd, myself, Natalie Chavez, one of your host organizers, and then Miss Cassidy Corbolini, your other host organizer, and today presenter.
You got a twofer.
Yes. So if you want to help us with 1 million cups, we need help finding other businesses that are 5 years or younger to come and present. So if you know anyone that would benefit from coming and just getting community feedback. Yeah, or in an idea phase like this, that's what we're looking for. If you have an idea yourself, here's the QR code to apply to present.
I see we got two applications yesterday.
We
Yeah.
have Justin, Tony.
Yeah.
We want to know more about your idea.
Yeah, we do. We
I'm not looking
will.
for that yet.
No, but.
No, but we just want to learn more.
Yeah, yes.
We just
Um,
curious.
And then for next week, our upcoming presenter is actually Justin. So
who's next week?
he confirmed yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you can also join via Zoom, but
And the name of that business is what again?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, keep going.
I'm old, I don't feel so bad.
I think
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm not sure.
It's financial related.
Yeah,
It's like
financial.
it's financial, but it's marketing for
Financial.
financials, something like that. So you were right. So it's both of us were
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
We also have a Grow with Google coming up. This one will be in Spanish. It's about cybersecurity and how to protect your small
Is
business.
that 10 or 11?
We
It's
changed
10
it
to 11.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 10.
Okay.
Yes. And then if you want the English version, that one's already on YouTube because Miss Cassidy
we did it.
recorded that last month. And we also have Folsom Tech Week. That will be March 3rd to the 6th. If you want to learn more, here's the QR code for that.
That's on our event.
Do we know what
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be
that's
talking
not our
about?
event.
I don't,
Yeah.
but you're gonna, you were.
I'm there.
You were shared.
I know, I was shared.
Oh.
I saw it post on the weekend on LinkedIn and happy to announce our speaker for, I'm like, great, I'm speaking about.
Oh.
You don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot to change this one
I
out.
don't know, I'm sure I can wing it. I'll wing it.
It's okay.
Well, no.
It's the Westport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to change
Yeah, so this is actually one event that we're putting on.
Oh, good
And
for you.
yeah, we'll have 2 1 million cup presenters in the morning, and then it's a series of workshops. So there's one that's like how to align AI to your mission. There's one that's about how to get
Yeah.
PR trained. So if you ever need to be on the media, how to represent your business and
Right.
speak on it. What's the mini CEO crash course is
Yep.
one of them. But yeah, and then the pitch competition and networking. So that'll be a really cool event.
Is that what you guys were
Yeah, we
doing?
were just telling her, and that's here at the Westport on April 8th.
Blocks away.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we need a new image for this.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, we
I
do.
just called myself out.
Yeah. Yeah. We have more information now.
It does. Yes.
So here, so does this QR code take us to that
This one goes to no. This
event
is an old
calendar?
one.
Okay, and we have note cards that we could give you too if
Yeah.
you're interested in the. Yeah. Okay,
We got
and
it
then
down.
Yeah.
But yeah, registration's open today.
Oh, great.
Actually, after this.
And then we have Startup Grind, April 27th to the 29th.
In Redwood City.
Yes, we don't host that one.
These are opportunities
good
for
event.
entrepreneurs to attend.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice. How much is that? Is that one, do you know?
Startup
I
Grind.
don't know, all I know is
Really cool
that
event.
early bird tickets
Or
end this
300.
week.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
It's a cool conference.
It is totally worth the
Yeah,
money.
I know.
the Folsom Tech Week is actually great. This is their second year.
Mhm.
If you want to go somewhere that, it's not
That's
super
closer
far.
and not
Yeah.
300.
It's a 5-day thing, so you can pick what day you want to go to. So they're kind of themed. There's like a hackathon, there's like a bio day, there's
Like Biomed
Startup Day
Day.
is actually Friday, and that's where Eva's going to be
Very
thinking on
cool.
something. We don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this sounds like more up my alley.
Nice.
Startup
Yeah.
Grind is, have you been to do you know Redwood City very well?
I live in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, same here, 35 years. But
We're all rowing in the same boat.
yeah, you know downtown Redwood City where the Fox Theater is? Okay, this particular conference takes over about 4 to 5 blocks this way and 4 to 5 blocks that way, all shut down. They took over the theater that's right there by not just the Fox Theater, but also the Century Theater.
Okay.
And then they have a ton of tents set up outside. So Oracle has a tent, and then although like
Startup,
international startups have a tent, and then separate startups. There's like 4 or 5 tents.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a massive humanity. It's like about 100,000 people over that amount of days.
100,000?
Yes, it is
Wow.
I didn't
amazing.
know it was that big.
That's
It is.
huge.
You're swimming
It's
upstream.
global.
That's so
You're
cool.
swimming upstream.
Wow.
You
So,
don't know who you'll meet.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That is
and we normally have a part of our board or some of our tech members go.
very
But
cool.
yeah, it's I highly recommend it.
That sounds fun.
But
That
it's
is.
like you have to make sure that you can manage your social battery because it's
A lot of
it's
people.
one of those things. And I normally meet up with my friends that live in that area too while I'm down there
Hmm.
because it's a nice one-stop shop. And
Yeah.
then people who've never been that are involved in all these other things, like I'll be like, well, you've never been to this, and they come like, oh my god, I didn't even know.
They live
And
right
here I am
there.
up in the boonies, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, and this is how you can stay connected with 1 Million Cups. You already said you found us on Instagram, so that's great. And here are 1 Million Cups sponsors. So we have Chico Start, we have GrowTech, the SBDC, Half a Bubble Out, Tri-Counties Bank, and the Global Entrepreneurship Network. And then we'll leave you off with a quote for the week. So embrace what you don't know, especially in the beginning, because what you don't know can become your greatest asset. It ensures that you will absolutely be doing things different from everybody else. So yeah, that's all for today. So thank you guys. And thank you, Kent.
Thank you, Kat. And thank you, Natalie.